These days, you have to support more than just your company's employees. You've got vendors, partners, seasonal staff, and frontline workers, and don't forget about customers. And they're all going to need secure cloud PCs. But everyone says you can't open access to Windows 365 and say secure. But this new update proves them wrong. Imagine this. You're managing hundreds of cloud PCs across the world, and your company then signs a deal with some partner team. And they're all going to start work next week. There's no intercompany trusts, there's not even a network connection. They're not in your Entra ID, and you don't want to have to make multiple accounts for all those people to use and remember different sets of credentials. Because that's a whole separate circus of clowns, and clowns just freak you out. But now you can invite those external users safely and give them a cloud PC in your environment without breaking security. They get to sign in with the credentials that they already have, which means you don't have to manage their passwords or MFA, and your environment stays clean, which makes you and the security folks happy. Here in Entra ID, click Add at the top, go to Users, and invite an external user. Type in their email address and their display name, and then type them out a message, and click Next. Now these properties are all optional except for the usage location at the bottom. If you don't select a country here, you won't be able to assign a license, which we're going to do in a minute. On the Assignments tab, add a group, and you're going to need a group like this one if you're going to add external users into it, because that's just the way it's going to work. Hit Next, review everything, and send out your invites. They're going to get an email like this, and they need to click Accept. Here are the permissions that you're granting them inside your tenant, and their part is done. Now you need to go to the M365 Admin Center, go to Billing on the left, and then Licenses. You should already have a Windows 365 license here, which you need to click, and then go to the Groups and assign the external group. And with that done, we can jump to the Intune portal. Click to explore Windows 365, and we need to create a provisioning policy, but not so fast. You have to think how you want that cloud PC configured. For example, if you want to use a custom image, you have to create it first here in Azure as a managed image, and then go to Custom Images up here, click Add, pick your subscription and your source image, give it a version number and a name, and then wait for it to get imported. Now, if you want that cloud PC on your network, you need to go to your network connections and create one. All external users today have to use Entra ID Join and then give it a name. Pick your subscription, resource group, virtual network, and subnet, which of course you would have to create in Azure first. Then there's your user settings with things like local admin rights, resetting their own cloud PC, restoring from backups, and what kind of DR plan you want. Then you assign the settings to the external group that we created earlier, and with all the pieces in place, now we can go to provisioning policies and create one. Give it a name and a description, and pick if you want a full desktop or just the app-only experience. Then pick the type of license you purchased and scroll down. The join type must be Entra joined, and then select if you want to use the Microsoft network or your own custom network that you've imported. And either way, you must enable single sign-on for this whole thing to work. On the next page, it's got an image already picked, but you can check another one from out of the gallery. And I'd recommend 22H5 because 24 is going to require some additional updates for this whole thing to work first. But you can also select that custom image if you need to. On the Configuration tab, you pick your Windows settings, and then if you want to specify a name, you can check this box and put out your naming pattern and just read through all the details here, or you could just wait for a minute and see what the name is that comes out of this pattern. And at the bottom, you could enable Windows Auto Patch, but that's another video that we've already done. Click over to the Assignments tab, add your group of external users. See, told you were going to need a group. Then click Next and review all your settings and create. On the Cloud PCs tab, there is our guest cloud PC getting spun up. And because I've only got one license, I've got one user assigned, and that's the one cloud PC that I get. And when it's all done, you'll see the name right over there, and that's assigned to our external user. And that person can go and open their web client at windows.cloud.microsoft. They can sign in with their credentials, but they're not going to see anything yet. And that's because sign-ins always default to your own tenant. So they need to just click their badge up here, then click these dots and switch organizations, and then pick your tenant. And there you go. They can start their cloud PCs and get the same experience as your internal users. But we're not done yet. And if you like learning stuff like this for free, then give me a thumbs up and share it on social media so others can learn too. Now, the Windows app side is going to take a little bit more work. The guests need a Windows 11 device, and the Windows app must be version 2.0.633.0 or newer, which should hopefully be everybody by now. Then they need to add this registry key. And that way, when the Windows app opens, they'll get this additional box here for sign-in options. And then sign into an organization, type in the name of your tenant, and then they can sign in with their tenant's credentials. And there's the Cloud PC. Now, if you click the three dots, our user settings gave access to the 4 Rs: restart, revert, restore, and rename. Now, when I click to connect, I'll have to put in my guest tenant credentials and then allow the connection. And there we go. I can just pull up the command prompt and show that I'm using Windows 11 25H2. And then when I type who am I, we see the domain here is Azure AD. So the whole Entra ID rename thing still doesn't cover that, I guess. And we can use this command to check the Cloud PC's joined status, which is cloud joined only. And there's the name of our Cloud PC. And the tenant details down here show the local tenant, not the guest. And the user state is not even workplace joined, but the SSO does have the Azure AD primary refresh token. And that's critical for SSO to work. And in the diagnostics, we can see my full UPN from my guest tenant. So now that you know how all this works, I bet you have some questions, like how do you invite these guest users into your environment but stop them from walking away with your sensitive data? And if you're thinking something like conditional access, well, no, sorry, that's just the bouncer at the door. CI policies can check for trusted devices and enforce MFA, but you don't get to control that MFA. That's a user-based thing, which comes from the guest's tenant, but you can't set user policies on external users for the same reason. But you can set Intune device policies on your Cloud PC. And thanks to a recent update, the clipboard, drive redirection, printers, and USB devices are all blocked by default. And for bonus points, you could be using Defender for Endpoint or Microsoft Purview, which we've covered in other videos. Now, what about if those external users leave their company? What happens to your Cloud PC? Well, answer is they lose access. Because they can't connect into their home tenant anymore, they can't log into your Cloud PC either, which means no dangling accounts or complex cleanups for you. It's just a zero trust utopia. You just unassign the license and the Cloud PC goes away.
Like a turd in the wind. Do you feel me?
Right. Speaking of licenses, who's paying for these guest Cloud PC licenses anyway? Well, since each Cloud PC lives in your Entra ID tenant, so does the Windows 365 license, which means you're paying for it. Now, you're probably wondering if that kind of thing works with going out to the other company and having them buy the license on their side, so that way the user is covered. And that way, you won't have to do it. Well, in order for that Cloud PC to be built in your environment, a valid license needs to be on your side. And there's no way to do cross-tenant license validation yet. But if you have some more questions, drop them in the chat and I'll get them answered for you. And you're going to want to check out this Windows 365 video for another cool update. And happy learning.